This is my video submission for today. I started this, I don't know, they announced it Monday, I think. I think it was Monday they announced it. The contest for the Sadowski bass that I really want. I mean, I would love to get any of it, and I really wish everybody in their luck, but I really want that bass. I've been chasing it since January, man. What can I say? So I'm going to start today. Before I even pick up the bass, I noticed one of my fellow contestants is working on the same song as I am, and I think that he is a little off on the rhythm for one of the sections, and I wanted to show him the exercise that I picked up from Scott's Groove Theory class that I took months ago, that also helps me figure out rhythm whenever I'm looking at something. I'm always doing this. You'll always see me, I'll be counting, and I'll just be wording numbers, or I'll be banging my head, or I'll be tapping my feet, or whatever, just to try to get a hold of my count, just to keep my count while I'm trying to play, while I'm thinking about what I'm playing. So in this hand, I'm going to do 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E, and I'll do it slower. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and this hand, I'm going to do the rhythm. Okay, so the rhythm on the chart, and you can look up on my no, you don't have to. You can look up on the thread. I have pictures of my chart up there where I write in everything. I don't do it for the whole piece because I don't need to. Anything that repeats, I already know what it is. So the part in particular is the third bar, right at the top of the head, bar number 3. So the way the rhythm goes, 1 E and 2, and I'm going to screw this up a few times just to warn you. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. See, screwed it up. All right, ready? 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Now, Drew, if you're watching this, you have the last part of it right. From the 3 from the last 16th note of the 3 onward, you're perfect. The first 2 notes, you're perfect. But I think what you're doing is you're taking the 8th note away from, you're taking the 3A away from the rest and putting it before your 16th note. I think you need to move your 16th notes, the double 16th notes, up by an 8th note. Because I think you're resting like you're doing this. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E, 4 E and I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm really not a teacher. This is just something that I'm noticing, and I don't know if anyone else has said anything to you. I don't think so. I've been following your thread, but it sounded off to me at the beginning, but I figured maybe I'm wrong because we're both starting this at the same time. But the more I'm playing this, and the more I'm counting it while I'm playing it, and then I'm listening to you play it, I'm thinking that you're holding the first set of rests for 1.5 beats instead of just the 1 full beat that it's supposed to be. All right, now with that out of the way, and that's how I do it. Like the first part, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and that's bar 2. I don't even bother numbering the intro because it's literally 3/16 notes at the end of a bar. If I can't figure that out, there's something wrong with me. The other sections that are a little on the tricky side, and side note, Drew, you nailed it, so I don't want to hear nothing about you. At the end of Oh, well, the D section, that's a whole mess. But at the end of the D section, we have 1E. Let me get closer to it because I'm not really working on it, but I noticed it, so I marked it out. 1E, right, it's 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and basically they're eighth notes at the end of it, and Drew, you nailed it, so shut up. But that's another thing that you really need to watch out for. Aside that, the whole D section, when I get to the D section, I'm going to do another rhythm video like this with just the beginning of the D section. And you did pretty good on it. I don't see anything wrong with the beginning of your D section, Drew. Just not making this all about you, but I saw your video. It reminded me that I needed to say something. I said it in words, but usually the video works out better, like with the slap thing with the guys who are doing Magma. So without any further ado, let me go get my music up. All right, I'm still at 80 beats per minute. I'm still doing A and B. My problem is when I get to this, when I'm doing this part, I'm rushing it, and I think that's my fault for playing at 90 beats per minute first before I started slowing it down to practice it, and my brain is still counting faster when I'm trying to not. Alright, so we're good camera-wise? Alright, so I'm going to press play here, and we're going to have at it. Oh, shit. I turned the volume off because I didn't want to hear beeps in the middle of everything. Alright. There we go. 2. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. Alright, so there you go. A lot more talky in my video today. I'm not really comfortable with that, but you know, I'm trying to document exactly what I'm doing. There was a little screw up there. I had been practicing for a good, I don't know what, 45 minutes-ish? Yeah. And my fingers are a little sore. So just the tips, they're a little sore and whatnot. But yeah. Also, just in case any of the people who are watching Altered Telemetry, and I know Simon is watching my feed, so maybe possibly he will he'll pass this on to the guys doing Altered Telemetry. This is my Jasper pick that I used for Altered Telemetry, and I'll tell you right now, been a bit. It's especially on this part. Gives it that chunkier sound. If I throw the distortion pedal on, yay! I get to play with stuff.
Woohoo!
I hope you enjoyed looking at my butt. You get the idea. I really like it. I'll give you a comparison. Here's my 150 plastic, and I'm going to tell you the fret. It's It's not the same sound. It's completely different. The rosewood sounds even more different, but in a different direction.
Right.
And I completely support using natural products for your picks as opposed to plastic. Just not some hippy dippy shit, but it makes a difference.
I am
She's a
also,
hippie, but
I approve of this statement.
but it's just the way it is. All right, so enough blabbering. We can wrap this up. Have a great day. Good luck, everybody, and I want to win that bass.
Bass.